Hey everybody, I'm Mike, this is Budget Guns and Gear Reviews, and today we're going to compare the Extar EP9 and the Ruger PC Charger. Stick around, maybe we'll learn something together. So anybody who's been paying attention to the firearms market knows that the personal defense weapon, or PDW, is really has been kind of a hot thing for a good long while. You know, this concept isn't new. It's been around since World War II. That's what the M1 carbine was originally supposed to be. It fit that PDW role, but in modern days, it's kind of taken on the form factor of what would have been called a submachine gun in you know, the 70s and 80s. Except, you know, of course, because stupid Hughes Amendment, can't legally have submachine guns that have been manufactured after 1986, unfortunately. So anyway, particularly since the advent of the pistol brace, this type of firearm has become increasingly popular. There are a lot of reasons for that, primarily being the compact size, the inexpensive pistol caliber ammunition. You could take it pretty much anywhere. It's handy. You can use your pistol magazines with the longer arm, so you have a little bit more reach out and touch. Plus, you have the accuracy advantage of a longer sight radius, the power advantage of a longer barrel length, and the stability advantage of being able to have another point of contact with a good cheek weld on your pistol brace. And, you know, inadvertent and rare contact with the shoulder, right? Anyhow, this class of firearms has become popular. And one of the newest offerings in that is the Ruger PC Charger. I have done a range review of that and a first impressions video, but a lesser known yet still popular, judging by the views it's getting on my video I did for it, version is from a company called Extar, and it's the EP9. Let's take a look at the statistics and measurements and whatnot for each of them side by side. If you enjoy content like this, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button. And when you do, make sure you ring the notification bell so that they let you know whenever I put new content out. Those two things, that like and that subscribe, really help YouTube know that this is content worth watching, and maybe they might want to suggest it to other people. So thanks a lot. Now let's get on back to the video. So looking at the Ruger PC Charger, which is what we're going to start with first, you see that it has a really short, compact size. It is heavier than the Extar, but the Extar is made completely from polymer except for the bolt and barrel. This has an aluminum receiver. The bolt and barrel are steel, of course. The fore end is steel. It does have a polymer chassis to it. You can slip the action in and out of. There are aftermarket chassis that can go on this that were made for the Ruger PC carbine, but the Charger will fit into those. Obviously, you can't use a stock with that. You would have to use a pistol brace. And as a matter of fact, Tandem Cross sent me their upriser chassis, and we're going to see a video of that with the Ruger PC Charger, well, as soon as the pistol brace I ordered comes in. Speaking of pistol braces, the Charger uses a 1913 pick rail to attach whatever pistol brace you want that's pick rail compatible. This happens to be a SB Tactical triangle folder, which, when folded, allows us to have a real compact size. But if you want to have it be an even more compact package, just like its bigger brother, the PC Carbine, you can lock the bolt back, manipulate the underbarrel latch, and take the barrel off so that it packs down to be even smaller. Put it back together whenever you want to go back to work with it. It has M-lock slots at the 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 9 o'clock position. I wish they had put an M-lock slot at the 12 o'clock position or milled in a rail at the top so that you could put backup sights on it. As of now, if I put iron sights on it, I mean, that's the sight radius I would have, is right there. And wow, that's not much of a sight radius. I don't have irons on it yet. I'm going to get some and put on it. Move this Lucid Lucid HDX forward a little bit so that, you know, I can have some backup sights if I need them. The Ruger PC Charger is compatible with Ruger SR series magazines, but you can swap out the mag well and put Glock magazines in. Even the 10-round mags, just pull back, even the 10-round mags from a G26. So that's pretty cool. The trigger in the PC Charger takes readily available Ruger 1022 trigger parts. So you can customize it with, you know, if you have Volquartsen trigger parts that you want to put in here, go right ahead. Comes apart and works exactly the same. So that's a really good bonus. It comes threaded with a muzzle protector, 1/2 by 28, so you can install a suppressor or muzzle brake or whatever else you want. Now let's take a look at the Extar. The Extar EP9 is a polymer PDW type firearm. It has a fixed pistol brace. The Ruger Charger does not come with a brace. The Extar EP9 does come with a brace. All you have to do is slip it on. It is a buffer tube design like an AR-15 in that the recoil assembly, the recoil spring, is back here. The Ruger's isn't, which allows it to be a bit more compact. The ergonomics on the Extar are AR-15. As with the Ruger PC Charger, it uses AR-15 grips, and the safety on this is exactly where it would be on an AR-15, whereas the Charger's design uses a safety in front of the trigger guard like a 1022 does. The bolt catch, right there where it would be on an AR-15. The magazine release is where it would be on an AR-15, whereas the Charger's is a thumb release on the left side. The Charger has a charging handle that you can swap from one side to the other, and the Extar has a left side only non-reciprocating charging handle. The Extar has a rear takedown pin like an AR-15 does, and it comes apart. It doesn't have a front takedown pin. The trigger components, pure AR-15, so any AR-15 trigger that you want to put in here, you can. The Extar has a full-length Picatinny rail on top, although it is polymer, as I've said. The forearm does not have M-lock compatibility, nor does it have key mod compatibility. Instead, it has a section of Picatinny rail at the 6 o'clock position to which you can mount a sling swivel or a angled foregrip. You can't put a vertical foregrip on a pistol, but you can put an angled foregrip, so don't freak out in the comments, you know. It does have spots where you can attach sections of Picatinny rail at 45-degree angles that you can purchase from Extar. There is one company that I know of making a forearm for this that does have M-lock compatibility, and I'm going to be trying to get my hands on a sample of that real soon. The muzzle is threaded 1/2 by 28, so you can install suppressors and whatnot. and the muzzle brake of your choice, but it does come with a really functional muzzle brake / compensator installed. It uses Glock mags and Glock magazines only. There is no compatibility with any other, and you cannot use the 10-round Glock 26 mags. It's only Glock 19 mags and higher in capacity. What else? Both weapons have a rear sling swivel point, a QD point for a sling swivel. The Extar has it right here underneath the buffer tube, and the Charger has one on either side of the pick rail. Let's do a little bit of shooting with these. We're going to be doing some accuracy testing with both of these guns. I'm going to first fire a 3-round group at the target on the left with the PC Charger, then another 3-round group at the target on the right with the Extar EP9. Keep in mind, these may not necessarily be indications of what the weapon is capable of, but more an indication of what I'm capable of doing with the weapon. Also keep in mind that I'm not trying to actually hit the center dot. I'm aiming at the center dot and trying to see what kind of group the weapon is capable of if I'm holding the same point of aim. Just to be clear. All right, let's try the EP9 now. Let's go down and take a look at both of these groups. So here's my group with the PC Charger. That is not too bad. I'll take that. 2 of them we're touching anyway, right? And the one we can throw out is the flyer. Here's my group with the EP9. 2 of them we're touching. 1 flyer. That's a little bit closer than the one with the Ruger. Let's go ahead and do a run with the Extar EP9. I'm going to start left to right, do 2 rounds in the target, knock down the 4 new bolt targets, 2 rounds in that target, and then dump the rest on the steel plate. I'm using Blazer brass, 115 grain. The Ruger is rated for +P ammo and the Extar is not. I don't know how much of a thing that is for you. To me, it doesn't matter, although I have run +P, including +P defensive loads through the Extar, handled it fine, but just something to consider. To me, as I said, it's not that big a deal because even at non-+P, well, I'm sure the thousands of people that have been killed with non-+P rounds will tell you that it works just fine. But anyhow, let's do this. Lock back on the empty magazine. Now let's go ahead and try the Ruger. Let me adjust the brightness on this optic. There we go. Sun come out. Lock back on the empty magazine. So of the 2, the Ruger PC Charger or the Extar EP9, which one do I recommend? Both of them. I guess it's going to depend on what you're looking for. If you want something that's lightweight, is Glock magazine compatible, has the same ergonomics as the AR-15 with the exception of the charging handle, well, go for the Extar EP9. They come in just over $400. You know, the Ruger is a little bit more expensive than that. You can get them anywhere from 700-ish in that area. I think the Ruger has a lot more adaptability. It has a lot more potential for aftermarket stuff. It has a lot more compatibility with other things, you know, particularly since it's compatible with the Ruger SR series magazines and Glock magazines, whereas the Extar is only compatible with Glock magazines. But again, it's going to be whichever one of these suits your needs the best. I'm Mike, this is Budget Guns and Gear Reviews. That was my comparison of the Extar EP9 and the Ruger PC Charger. If you like what you saw, please like, share, subscribe. Consider becoming a patron on my Patreon account. Every little bit helps me bring content like this to you. And as always, come on back. Maybe we'll learn something together.